There is great power in the words you speak to God. Every word carries energy, and when spoken with faith, it creates a connection with the divine that shapes reality. Many believe that miracles are distant and unpredictable, but they are simply the natural response to a heart aligned with faith and a voice that speaks with certainty. The words you choose matter, not because they inform God of your needs, but because they shift your awareness toward receiving what is already being prepared for you. Words are not just sounds, they are frequencies that move through the unseen and bring about change. When you speak with faith, you are not only communicating with the divine but also reinforcing the truth within yourself. The way you phrase your thoughts and the intentions behind your words determine what unfolds in your life. Many wonder why certain prayers seem unanswered, but the real question is whether the words spoken were filled with confidence or doubt. A request made with hesitation does not carry the same force as a statement made with certainty. Faith must be the foundation of every word directed toward God. If there is hesitation, the energy of the message is weakened. A confident statement of belief carries far more power than a request that comes from uncertainty. When words are spoken with assurance, they set a process in motion. The unseen responds to conviction, not doubt. This is why it is important to speak as if the answer is already in motion rather than questioning whether it will happen. Many spend time repeating requests without realizing that the focus remains on the absence of what is desired. When speaking to God, words should affirm what is already being prepared rather than highlighting what is missing. This shift in approach does not change divine will but changes the way the mind perceives reality. What is seen on the outside always begins with what is believed on the inside. By choosing words that reflect faith, the outcome is no longer uncertain. Every word holds a vibration that moves beyond physical sound. The impact of words goes further than what can be heard. They create impressions in the mind and shape expectations. When speaking with confidence, those words become an instruction to both the subconscious and the divine. Speaking from a place of trust strengthens the connection, allowing the unseen to take form in ways beyond comprehension. Every word spoken in faith is received, but the response does not always come in expected ways. Many believe that answers arrive immediately and in a recognizable form, but the process is far deeper than that. The divine is always responding, sometimes through subtle shifts, opportunities, or changes in perception. What may seem like an ordinary moment can be the unfolding of something greater. Those who are aware of this begin to recognize the signs around them instead of questioning whether they are being heard. Faith is not just about saying the right words, it is about trusting that what has been spoken is already set in motion. When doubt enters the mind, it disrupts the process. A delay is not a denial, and silence does not mean absence. Those who trust in divine timing understand that everything happens in its perfect moment. There is no need to constantly repeat the same request, hoping for a different outcome. Instead, a single statement made with unwavering belief carries more power than repeated words filled with uncertainty. Letting go of control is essential in receiving the divine response. Many speak words of faith but then attempt to dictate how and when their request should be answered. This creates resistance, as it shifts focus toward what has not yet appeared rather than allowing the process to unfold naturally. The key is to speak with confidence, release attachment to the outcome, and remain open to the way things unfold. When faith is genuine, there is no need for constant reassurance. Signs of divine response appear in different ways, and they are not always dramatic. A shift in perspective, an unexpected solution, or an inner sense of peace can all be indications that the process has begun. Those who listen closely and trust what they receive will see that they are always being guided. The words spoken to God do not disappear into the void, they set forces into motion. The response is always there, but it requires faith to recognize it. There is a way to speak to God that carries certainty and leads to results. It is not about pleading or asking repeatedly but about speaking with confidence and trust. The most powerful way to approach this is to speak as if what is desired is already in motion. Instead of asking if something will happen, declare that it already is. This is the difference between speaking from lack and speaking from faith. Gratitude should be part of every conversation with God. Instead of focusing on what is missing, speak words of appreciation for what is already on the way. Saying thank you before seeing results creates a shift in the way things unfold. It removes doubt and replaces it with certainty. When speaking to God, the energy behind the words matters as much as the words themselves. A statement filled with trust carries more weight than a request filled with hesitation. Many believe that long prayers are needed for results, but what matters most is the intention behind the words. A short, confident statement of faith can move mountains, while hours of uncertain words may not bring change. Speaking to God should come from a place of knowing rather than questioning. This approach aligns thought, energy, and expectation, allowing miracles to unfold. Repetition has its place, but it should not come from doubt. If a statement is spoken repeatedly, it should be to reinforce faith, not to question whether it has been heard. Words should be chosen carefully, spoken with purpose, and followed by trust. The divine is always listening, and what is spoken with conviction is always answered. The way words are spoken determines their impact. Speaking with confidence and certainty sets the right foundation, while words spoken with hesitation create confusion. Faith is not just about believing that something will happen, it is about knowing that it already is. When words reflect this certainty, results follow. Trust is essential in this process. Many speak words of faith but then doubt whether they will see results. This contradiction weakens the effect of what has been spoken. Speaking with trust means letting go of the need for constant proof. It means knowing that once a request is made in faith, it is already being worked on. Doubt creates obstacles, while trust clears the way. Every word spoken to God should come from a place of certainty. If there is hesitation, it should be addressed before speaking. The best way to strengthen trust is to remind oneself that the divine is always working, even when results are not immediately visible. Words have power, but they must be supported by belief. Speaking something while feeling unsure weakens its effect. Confidence in divine timing and process is what brings real change. This is why it is important to not only speak words of faith but to stand by them without questioning whether they will come to pass. Gratitude is a powerful force that strengthens the connection between spoken words and divine response. When gratitude is expressed before something happens, it shifts focus from waiting to receiving. It signals complete trust that what has been spoken is already being fulfilled. This is why gratitude should not be reserved for after a miracle occurs but should be a part of every request made to God. Speaking with gratitude removes uncertainty. Instead of asking whether something will happen, it affirms that it already is. This changes the way the mind perceives situations, creating an expectation of results rather than a hope for them. Gratitude also helps in maintaining patience. When there is confidence in divine timing, there is no need for doubt or frustration. Many overlook the impact of gratitude in daily speech. It is not just about saying thank you but about truly believing that everything is working out in the best way. When speaking to God, adding gratitude to every statement reinforces faith and keeps focus on the outcome rather than the waiting process. Gratitude also removes resistance. It keeps the mind in a state of acceptance rather than worry. Instead of asking when something will happen, a grateful heart trusts that it already is. This allows miracles to take form naturally, without interference from doubt or fear. Resistance slows the process of receiving what has been spoken. When there is constant questioning of when or how something will happen, it creates a barrier that delays results. Speaking to God requires trust, and trust means releasing the need to control every detail. Many struggle with waiting because they focus too much on what is not yet visible. This creates frustration and doubt, which weakens the effect of their words. Accepting divine timing means understanding that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Instead of trying to force results, it is better to remain open and allow things to take shape naturally. Letting go of resistance does not mean giving up. It means having confidence that once something is spoken in faith, it is already set in motion. The process may not always be visible, but that does not mean it is not happening. Trusting in divine order ensures that what is needed arrives at the perfect time. Those who release control and accept divine timing often notice that things happen in ways they never expected. Miracles are not always immediate, but they are always certain when faith is strong. The key is to continue speaking words of trust without allowing impatience to take over. The moment resistance is removed, the path becomes clear, and what has been spoken begins to take shape. Repetition strengthens faith and reinforces belief. Speaking to God once with confidence is powerful, but consistent repetition keeps the mind aligned with certainty. This is not about asking repeatedly out of doubt but about affirming what is already in motion. When words are spoken with faith every day, they create a strong connection between thought and reality. Consistency in speech builds a pattern of trust. If something is said with conviction every day, it becomes part of the subconscious. This removes hesitation and replaces uncertainty with assurance. Speaking with certainty should not be a one-time event but a continuous practice that strengthens belief and expectation. Doubt weakens the effect of words, but repetition removes doubt. The more something is spoken with conviction, the less room there is for uncertainty. Every repeated statement of faith strengthens the mind's focus and keeps attention on what is already happening. The key is to be persistent while remaining patient. Speaking to God consistently does not mean forcing results. It means staying connected through words, trust, and unwavering belief. Those who remain consistent in faith will see the results unfold in ways beyond expectation. When words are spoken in faith, the response is already set in motion. The first sign of this is often an inner sense of peace. When there is no longer a need to question whether something will happen, it is a clear indication that the process has begun. External signs also begin to appear in different ways. Unexpected opportunities, changes in circumstances, and a shift in perception all indicate that what has been spoken is taking form. These signs may not always be immediate, but they are always present for those who pay attention. Another sign is an increase in clarity. When faith is strong, doubts fade, and decisions become clearer. There is a stronger sense of knowing that what has been spoken is already in progress. This creates a natural confidence that does not require constant reassurance. The most important thing is to recognize these signs and not dismiss them. When faith is acknowledged and reinforced, the process continues without disruption. Speaking to God is not about hoping for miracles but about knowing they are already happening. Those who trust in this will see the results unfold in ways that align perfectly with what has been spoken. Speaking to God is not only about asking but also about maintaining a strong connection through faith and trust. The more often this connection is reinforced, the clearer the response becomes. This is not about rituals or complex methods but about speaking with sincerity and consistency. Words spoken with faith do not need to be complicated, they only need to be true. Strengthening this connection requires removing distractions. Doubt, fear, and impatience create interference. When the mind is filled with unnecessary thoughts, it becomes difficult to recognize divine guidance. Speaking to God should come from a place of clarity, where the focus is on trust rather than uncertainty. Silence after speaking is just as important as the words themselves. Many speak but do not take time to listen. When the mind is quiet, the response becomes clearer. Signs, inner clarity, and a deep sense of knowing all emerge when there is patience after speaking. This connection is always present, but it must be acknowledged. Words directed toward God do not go unheard. The more often this truth is reinforced through speech, the stronger the awareness becomes. Those who stay consistent in their words and trust in the response will always feel the presence of divine guidance. Miracles do not always appear instantly, but they always happen when faith is strong. The first step is to recognize them, even in small ways. Many look for major signs and overlook the gradual shifts happening around them. Noticing these changes is proof that the words spoken to God are taking effect. Doubt delays results, while faith allows them to unfold naturally. When something is spoken with trust, it does not need constant questioning. The process has already started, and waiting with confidence ensures that nothing interferes with its completion. The way miracles appear varies. Sometimes, they bring direct answers. Other times, they create opportunities or remove obstacles. Instead of focusing on one specific outcome, it is important to remain open to how things unfold. Trusting the process ensures that every change happens at the right time. The greatest confirmation that words spoken to God are being answered is the shift in inner certainty. When faith replaces uncertainty, miracles are no longer something to hope for, they become something to expect. Speaking with trust, maintaining gratitude, and releasing doubt ensures that every word leads to results. Every word spoken with faith carries power, and when directed to God with trust, miracles unfold in ways beyond understanding. The key is to speak with certainty, maintain gratitude, and remain patient as everything aligns in perfect timing. The results may not always be immediate, but they are always in motion. Keep your faith strong, recognize the signs, and trust that what has been spoken is already becoming reality. If this video resonated with you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and may your words bring the miracles you seek.